Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today our topic is dispersion of light. Dear students, Newton observed experimentally in 1665 that when a beam of white light is passed through a glass prism, it splits to form a band of 7 colors on a white screen. It was observed by Newton in 1665 that when a beam of white light is passed through a glass prism, it splits. That means it separates or divides to form a band of 7 colors on a white screen. The band of 7 colors so formed is called spectrum. It is called spectrum. In other words, we can say the band of 7 colors formed on a white screen when a beam of white light is passed through a glass prism is called a spectrum of white light. It is called spectrum of white light. Dear students, the color sequence obtained on the screen from its lower end is given by a famous word, waveguide. The color sequence obtained on the screen from its lower end is given by a famous word, waveguide, Vibegour, where V stands for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange, and R for red. Dear students, the formation of spectrum of 7 colors shows that white light is actually made up of 7 different colors mixed together. It shows that white light is actually made up of 7 different colors mixed together. That is, white light is a mixture of 7 colored lights. It is a mixture of 7 colored lights. Dear students, when all the colors of the spectrum are visible to our eyes, it is called a visible spectrum. When all the colors in the spectrum are visible to our eyes, it is called a visible spectrum. A spectrum in which different colors occupy their own distinct positions without any overlapping is called a pure spectrum. And a spectrum in which the different colors of light overlap one another is called an impure spectrum. Yet students, when all the colors of the spectrum are visible clearly, it is called a visible spectrum. When a spectrum in which the colors occupy their own distinct positions without any overlapping is called a pure spectrum. But the spectrum in which the different colors of the light overlap one another is called an impure spectrum. Dear students, the phenomenon of splitting up of white light, into 7 colors on passing through a glass prism is called dispersion of light. The phenomenon of splitting up of white light into 7 colors on passing through a glass prism is called dispersion of light. It is called dispersion of light. Dear students, the cause of dispersion is that different colors of white light having different wavelengths deviate through different angles on passing through a glass prism. Dear students, the different colors of the light, that means the 7 colors of the white light, have different wavelengths. They have different wavelengths. For example, the violet color have shortest wavelength of 4000 angstroms. Violet color have the shortest wavelength among all these 7 colors, which is 4000 angstroms. But the red color have longest wavelength, that is 7900 angstroms. Red color have wavelength of 7900 angstroms. So, it is the main cause of the dispersion of light that different colors of the light have different wavelengths. So the cause of dispersion is that different colors of the white light having different wavelengths deviate through different angles on passing through a glass prism. They deviate through different angles on passing through a glass prism. That is why they split on coming out from the prism along different directions. Dear students, it has been observed that red color deviates least. It has been observed that red color deviates least. So it forms the upper part of the spectrum. Red color deviates least. So it forms the upper part of the spectrum. But the violet color deviates maximum. Lowermost color is violet color. It deviates maximum. So it appears at the bottom of the spectrum. Dear students, this is about the dispersion of light. Thank you.